Hey there, Dr. Jean Hess. Today's conversation is not an easy one. So, today I want to talk about what it feels like when you see rejection. Um, Rejection of you for the way that you choose to interact with your child, rejection of your child because they're different than whatever everything around them looks like. So, how do you deal with that? Sometimes, I'll be honest, I don't deal well. I will say things I probably shouldn't say. And so I have really tried to reflect on, okay, so what am I going to do when somebody says or does something that um, is unkind? It, Sometimes it's out of ignorance. And so um, I'll say, do you have someone in your family or someone that you know who has autism? Well, no. I said, well, then watch and learn because we do. And or someone will comment on my parenting and I'll say, do you have problems parenting your child from time to time? Oh, oh, yeah, it's like that. Hmm. So those are two ways. And when they say something that's really hurtful about my child, I have to really step back and take a deep breath, and I have to understand why they're saying that. So very often I'll say, why do you feel that way? Well, and they tell me he's loud or he won't stop talking or he's whatever. And I'm, okay, well, thank you for sharing that. He has autism. So he doesn't he doesn't move through the world the way the rest of us do. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. No, no, you don't need to apologize. You just need to understand that it takes all kinds of people. And if you don't know, then perhaps you should ask or be silent. I don't say that one. I just let it go. I just say maybe you should ask or, and I just don't say anymore because the words in my head are at that point too unkind to say to somebody who has been unkind because an unkindness on top of an unkindness doesn't really help at all. So when I have to deal with those situations, I really need to step back and say either they're acting out of ignorance and don't know, or acting out of ignorance, they do know and they don't care. So, the people who are ignorant and don't know, I will take the time to say, wow, let me help you understand. Remember, I'm a lifelong educator, I've been a parent advocate, and before my son was diagnosed with autism, I was the person who was saying, I understand. Didn't say unkind things, but I was saying I understand when I didn't understand. So when people say things that they're coming from a place of a lack of life experience, then I handle that differently than somebody who doesn't know, doesn't want to know, has brought preconceived ideas. They're the wrong preconceived idea, but they don't want to know any differently. I handle that differently because they don't want to know. And those are the people that my head, it's like, I am not going to be able to change who they are. It's not my job. And as long as I can walk away and I don't have to deal with them, then I can walk away and I don't have to deal with them. And sometimes that's the best we can do. So, how do you deal with rejection? How do you deal with rejection of you as a parent versus rejection of your child? And do you have different ways of dealing with it depending on the way that people are saying things that may or may not be intentionally hurtful? Drop that in the comments. Let's talk about it. I want to learn. Thank you so much for being here.